So, one evening I got home and I reached into my bag to grab my AirPods and I realized they weren't there. I went and set my bag down and then checked every pocket and then checked every other area that I could think of. I knew I had had them earlier in the day, but at some point I just didn't put them back in the bag. Over the course of the next few days, I retraced the path I had taken on the day that I had lost them, with no luck. But while I was searching my house, I found these. I ended up spending a long time with these wired earbuds up until I got new AirPods about a month ago. So I'm going to talk today about some of the things I liked about them and some of the things that I absolutely hated. One day during the time that I had the wired earbuds, I was walking from the library to the swimming pool when one of them fell out. I reached up to catch it, but I was too late. But when I looked down, I realized it hadn't fallen down on the ground, but the wire had saved it and it was just hanging over my shoulder. One of the most common things people liked about wired earbuds back in the day is that if one fell out, the other one saved it. Some people actually do break their wireless earbuds when they fall out and land on the ground, but since AirPods are pretty sturdy, that's more of a problem for people with other brands like Sony Linkbuds and Skull Candy. But there was a much bigger thing I liked about wired earbuds. One day, after I had stopped using wires and got new AirPods again, I opened up my school Chromebook to do some homework. I opened up Spotify on the computer and tried to connect my AirPods, and it just wasn't working. I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out what was wrong, and then I suddenly realized how dumb I was being. I completely forgot that AirPods have a battery and you need to charge them. When you have a pair of wired earbuds, you never have to think about charging. The only thing you have to charge is your phone. Wired earbuds can't run out of battery if they don't have a battery. Also, with wired earbuds, you can never have connectivity issues. Sometimes when I had my AirPods paired to my computer and I pulled out my phone would steal the Bluetooth connection to the AirPods from my computer, and whatever I was listening to would just stop. And also, sometimes Bluetooth connections can just be super messy. Sometimes with my AirPods on my computer, I try to connect and it doesn't work, so I have to forget device and then repair them all over again. With wires, the only problem you're gonna have is if the wire is broken or the headphone jack / lightning port is broken. Another thing I loved about having wires, particularly the Apple ones, was the volume control. With the standard white Apple wired earbuds, there's this little panel where you can make the volume quieter or louder or pause the song. AirPods do have tap controls, but not tap controls that let you change the volume. The little volume control panel thing sounds really nice, but the thing is you're wearing wires, and if you're wearing wires, that means your phone is already in your pocket or somewhere really close by, and you might as well just pull out your phone to change the volume. If AirPods had something like this, that would be more useful since you might not always have your phone right next to you while you're wearing them. That brings us to the things that I really don't like about wires. The first thing that I really didn't like is that I had to carry around two pairs. A lightning port pair for my phone and a headphone jack pair for my computer. And by the way, these headphone jack earbuds that I used were absolute garbage. When they were in my bag, they would get tangled up together, and sometimes it took more than a minute to untangle them from each other. Even on times when I only had one of the pairs with me, it would still get tangled up. The next thing that I hated about wires was that when I did anything that involved moving around, they would fall out very easily. It wasn't the shape or the way that they fit in my ears, because the wired earbuds from Apple were the same shape as the AirPods. It was the fact that the wires would always get caught on things. For example, sometimes when I was running, even though I had the wire under my shirt, the shirt itself would still tug on the wire and pull the earbuds out. If you decide not to have the wire under your shirt or jacket, it's still gonna get caught on something at some point. So with wired earbuds, there's pretty much no avoiding getting it caught on things. Also, when you're wearing wires, if you're watching a YouTube video or something on a computer and you have to get up for a second, you have to take them out of your ears and pause the video. With AirPods, I could just get up and leave the video playing. So, am I going to stick with wires or am I going back to the AirPods? Well, the wires do have their benefits, like never having to charge them and not having connectivity issues. But I mean, the wires, they have wires. The wires just get in the way so much, and they're such a pain to deal with, and they make it so you always have to have your phone in your pocket. So, I'm going with the AirPods. But would I ever pay more than $150 for a pair of wireless earbuds? No. Hey, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. That was my take on wired versus wireless, but you can let me know down in the comments what you think. I have another video explaining the iPod versus Spotify. Make sure you go watch it right now. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell, share, do all that YouTube stuff, and as always, see you in the next one. Peace.